Welcome to another episode of CFS Conversations. My name is Martin Schunk, and I'm joined here with the Honorable Vice Minister, Domingo Panganiban. We are here in the midst of CFS 50, the 50th plenary session of the Committee on World Food Security. And this session is happening at an unprecedented time, a time of crisis during which many countries are affected by food shocks and hunger and malnutrition. How does the food crisis affect the hunger and malnutrition situation in the Philippines?
It affects at least the whole population. And on that basis, the president of the country, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., has agreed to cover the affected areas, more specifically those living in rural communities who are not well fed, so to speak. And in that aspect, the president has agreed to give them support in as far as farmers are concerned, in as far as livestock growers are concerned, and the small fisher folks, by providing them money to finance their buying of fertilizer. They are giving, the president is giving also 6,000 pesos for fertilizer and pesticide, 5,000 pesos for fisher folks who are in fishing with the use of, at least, and the cost of oil, and 3,000 pesos for actual cash that they are utilizing in terms of producing either rice or corn.
Obviously, we have to address the crisis on a short and medium-term basis, but we also have to think long-term. How does the Philippines address food systems transformation in the long term, specifically with a view to challenges such as pandemics and climate change, for instance?
Okay. On that aspect, the president has planned a medium-term development program that will encourage both the private sector and the farmers themselves to increase their utilization of fertilizer and pesticide by providing cash incentives, and at the same time providing fertilizer and pesticide which the government will procure on an international scale. The other component of the program is to assure the farmers that fertilizers and pesticide and the cash that he will receive will be on his doorstep when planting season comes. On the part of the private sector, they are being given at least incentives if they provide either credit for small farmers and fisher folks and small livestock producers, with the assurance that they will be given incentives if they participate in the program itself. The other component that the president is looking about in the medium term is to see to it that our technicians, the technicians of government that are helping the farmers and fisher folks, will be well trained in the aspect of rice production, corn production, fishing, and livestock caring. And by that, we are tapping the International Rice Research Institute in the Philippines and the private sector and the government sector in training our technicians and the modern technologies that are now available in the universities and colleges in the Philippines. And that we shall be training beginning November and December this year.
Now, we've touched upon the way the Filipino government is addressing the food crisis. what areas or what policies would you like to have international organizations, specifically the Committee on World Food Security, address?
Okay. Well, the president has discussed this in the United Nations when he spoke 2 weeks ago. And on that basis, he has bilateral meetings with many organizations like Cargill in the United States, President Macron, then President of Japan. I would appeal to the world that they provide assistance to us in the Philippines based on what the President has stated in the United Nations.
With that, I think we can close it off, and I hope to see you next time at CFS Conversations.